Hello, and welcome. And welcome. We're back again. And hi there, Lisa. I'm glad to see you back. I take it you're about to go to bed there, person. Right now it's 1:07 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. This will be about a 4-hour stream. This is the second stream of the day-night combo. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, the toddler's up. Oh boy. Been through so much in this game. All the things we've been through, you know. A long time. A long time. Oh, yes. Been through so much in this world. Yep. But now we have all 4 limbs. No, all. The head is a limb. I don't have the head. But I have the arms and legs are T65 now. Yeah. The legs have calibrated shocks on them and the arms have nothing. And now I have to totally take over a power plant. Right? What in the world? Gotta take over a power plant. Doesn't matter. What is going on here? Some weird lag. Weird lag is going on here. Oh no. Okay. Oh my gosh, the lag is terrible. Oh no. Let me try to leave the game and come back or something. If I swap server, it might have a problem where it does that bug where the workshops don't show as up as workshops. All right, people. Let's see what happens. It did take a while longer to load into the world. Last time. Alarming speed, razor sharp claws, and an appetite insatiable. Oh my gosh, you see the workshop thing? I have to leave the whole situation. But that's okay. That is just fine. Okay. Oh boy. Here we are. I should end this session at 984. Not that I care about level. It's just that I've been leveling up very slowly. And I guess I'll knock out my daily quests. This is taking a while to load in, people. Oh boy. That took too long. I'm going straight to Thunder Mountain to bring it online. My Thunder cores, sorry, my fusion cores are almost out. That's the first thing I'm doing is getting the power plants online. Oh, come on.
This is Squire Rosen. Thunder Mountain is offline. Repeat, Thunder Mountain is offline. Guinea Brothers with a background in engineering. Report to the plant for immediate repairs.
Oh. Oh. Hey Edgar, it's been 2 weeks for you and Smiley hasn't restocked up on gold. I don't know. Well, this is a bad problem. And I can't access. Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. I think it's just really bad lag or something. Here we go. Check the map. All right. All right. I'm taking over this power plant. The The power plant is already online. Somebody built some garbage here already. Okay, so I'm just picking up where that's leaving off. Oh yeah. Alright, gotta hurry up. Oh, the lag is terrible. Alright. Alright. There we go. 3 more fusion cores. Alright, we'll take over Mononga now. Oh, yeah. Nice and easy. My headphones are just some run-of-the-mill headphones that happen to shine bright green. And they have wonderful bass, actually. They have like a built-in subwoofer. The Zidley gaming headset. It's nothing. It's nothing really. But they're good. It has a bass boost button for extra bass boost.
Attention customers! Mononga Power Plant has experienced an unexpected failure. We apologize for the inconvenience. Rest assured that our maintenance crews are working hard to minimize the outage and safely restore power. Based on current projections, most customers should expect power to be restored by...
I don't like the lag. It's USB, so that allows for more flim-flam. Otherwise, you'd have to have a power supply if it was a normal audio cable or something. But they're pretty old now. I could probably go for another set. You know, well, all of the outer material has worn off over the years of me having this thing. There's nothing really wrong with it. I can go for another wireless pair. That'll be very helpful. Yeah, no. For my VR. Right now I have to do some other solution. I'll probably work that out next time. Yeah. I like a hybrid that can plug in or go wireless. So I could, you know, not worry about it. Did I get both already or just one? Cohen. Yeah, last time, well, Corsair is the brand of my keyboard and mouse, and they also make great stuff, even though my last stuff died. But Corsair here is my wonderful keyboard and mouse, and it has built-in software, so hypothetically, I haven't checked to see what they sell these days, but you see how there's color changing lights on my keyboard and on my mouse? Conceivably, I could have the same color changing cycle match my headphones. For your computer is Corsair? Well, there you go. They make a great keyboard. Or they make great peripherals, so I guess they said, you know, we're already making everything. We might as well just slap it together. This keyboard is an amazing thing. It costs a lot of money. It's the It's a mechanical keyboard. It costs like $150 or some crazy nonsense. $100, I don't know. It was something. It was some big old price. But it weighs a ton, and it's like heavy, and it weighs a lot. Think about all that. Okay, we're going inside. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, the keys click as opposed to just like smash or something. And you could clean it pretty easily. You could like take it apart. Sort of. Mechanical. Yeah. What you know? Oh, oh. All right.
Generator system repaired.
Pop out the chest for the jetpack. This next part requires some jetpacking. Their lag is nasty. I predict that it's going to be terrible when it's time to hit that computer terminal. It's not going to respond to me. So dangerous. So dangerous. Yeah. We're doing it, everybody. There we go.
Systems green. Standing by to restart.
I'll put the other chest back on. Let's hope this final terminal responds to our touch nice and readily, quickly, steadily. No. Will I be playing Cyberpunk? I don't know. See this garbage? When does Cyberpunk 2077 come out? Come on. So terrible. Absolutely terrible. This lag is
Attention citizens, nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you for your cooperation.
I know. I'm gonna teleport back to the same location, okay? Just to let the lag defunk itself. And then I'll take over the workshop, okay? And then I'll let more time pass by. And then I'll go back to the computer terminal. Yeah. I'll leave here. I'll just power it directly or something, you know? And I'll get some water online. I'll get my circus trailer up and running with my 210 power. So I could have, let's say, a whole lot of water. Okay, right here is where I go back to my jetpack. Oh yeah. Hey, Amra, how's it going? How's it going there? And hey, I know you, of course. You're one of the regulars. Sort of. Sort of. You're one of the sort of regulars, you know? Yeah. That last session cost me a lot of caps. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Andrew, what you know about the thing? Oh yeah. 1, 2 with a 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. With the 1 time and the 2. The train has come to station, baby. Yeah. Okay. What you do? What you do, what you do, what you do, what you do. Oh yeah. Okay.
If I do not get more jet soon, I will blow up you.
I like this wall I made. I keep forgetting about this wood resource out here. Okay. Look at this horrible lag right now. It's so terrible. I wonder what server I'm on. Where do they live? I haven't done a private server in a long time. A long time. Okay. Take your time. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Add some water in here. Okay. Okay. That's all we had, just 4. That's fine. Ew. And who? Come on now. Perfect. That scared me. That noise scared me. Now let's go start my own team. Let's go start my own team. Okay. And you're gone. Thank you. Now we're done. And now I'll cycle back through to Thunder Mountain. For some reason, it's not showing that I'm in the event right now. Is it because of terrible, terrible, terrible lag? I mean, I feel like I'm in an event right now. Whoa. Right in the ribs. All these Yaguai with all their acid on them. Alright, cool. And now we'll head on down. Well, let's go inside actually. Let's just see what, I think enough time has passed by personally. We got some nice subtle line of sight breaks, you know, ain't no big deal. Cool. Now let's go inside and restart that plant if we could. I'll swap back over to the protocol. Sipping on some water. Yeah. Okay. What you know? Nuka-Cola? Mm-mm. This way. Oh my. Am I still Swindingo, man? Come on. Garbage. Any random tips? Tips will come as they come. If you have any questions, I'll answer them. I'm trying to get these fusion cores up and running. That's what I'm doing. Let's go back down to Thunder Mountain. The first thing I did when I hopped into this game was get the power plants up and rolling. That's a tip. If you ever need fusion cores, the first thing you should do perhaps is get the power plants online, and then you get your 3 fusion cores over time. You might want to lock it. You know, if you have the means to get across the map. There's 3 power plants, so you get your 9 fusion cores every half an hour or so, perhaps.
Thunder Mountain is offline. Repeat, Thunder Mountain is offline.
So here we go, we're doing it right now. But there's a real nasty lag right now, and it's intolerable almost. Well, Barbara Papa, if you choose to build some gigantic building with nothing in it for the sake of building a gigantic building with nothing in it, that's your choice. You could exhaust the budget and have your structures be actually functional, you know. Oh my. I'm all out of candy. So let's swap back over to Jetpack because there's some flying in this building. Let's get a bit of dirty water just for a second. Yeah. All right, let's go. Down to the very bottom. Repair, repair, repair. No big deal. Oh my gosh, the lag. What? I'm still up here? Did you see that, people? No! I should probably leave this whole world, huh? Terrible. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, sure. Well, sure. Oh my gosh. There it goes. And we're done.
Generators are working again.
Let me go. Well, if you want to have furniture blueprints, you could blueprint a bunch of stuff on a big rug. If you have a big rug, you can put a bunch of furniture on that and just pull the rug into your building. Wanted to. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. I fell through. Boom, boom. We're going to the reactor system now. Not this way. The other way. Because for some reason they put me on top. Because the game is behaving terribly right now. I'll go this way, straight through to the main plant. Boom. Right over control room, yep. Perfect. I haven't had those turrets function in a while. Alright. I'll lower my life down a bit. Light on. You're wondering why I'm playing this, but it's awesome. Gabscapes. This game is a survival game. You know about them survival games? Have you heard about them crazy old survival games? They're more technical than your average game, and they require a bunch of upkeep and inventory management to get by. But in the end, you end up being very powerful, like a superhero. Jetpacks and mutations and all kinds of flim-flam to help you thrive in the wasteland. This is a good survival game. Name a good survival game. Zorp slap without sounding like a complete idiot. And go... Rust? So Rust is a better game than this? Rust is a better game than Fallout 76? Gotcha. Rust is a better game. I think you tolerate the 85 bajillion bugs in Rust because it's an indie game. You know what I mean? Also, love me some flim-flam. This game isn't beatable. It's like saying you beat World of Warcraft. That's nonsense. It shows how little you know about the game, huh? Beat the game in 50 hours? What are you even talking about? Skipping everything? You crazy. Alright. I beat every quest. This is an online game. It's not meant to be beaten. You're calling me names. I beat the game in 50 hours. You sound like a complete, utter noob that doesn't know what the heck you're talking about. Seriously. I'm being completely serious. You sound like a complete idiot. I'm not calling you an idiot. I'm just saying you sound remarkably similar to one. It's indistinguishable. I beat the game. I beat Fallout 76 in 50 hours. Yep, I beat every quest. I'm done. Oh boy. Oh boy. My goodness gracious. I'll tell you what. The people. No, this game is actually very good. Do you want to ask real questions or don't? Look, now's your chance, people. Now's your chance to find out. Do you want to live in the world of memes or find out? Okay? Look at me. Look at me. This is my job, Gab Skates. Isn't that remarkable? Okay. Indistinguishable. I wish I was sponsored by Bethesda. Good lord. Hey, thank you for the confidence boost, Zorp. You think I'm... Thank you. Is it my haircut? You think I'm sponsored by Bethesda? Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. One second. Almost done. One second. One second. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 1 second. Yeah. 1 second. You think I streamed this game because I'm sponsored by Bethesda? It couldn't be because the game is fun to play. Oh no. It has to be because I'm sponsored by Bethesda. Yeah. 1 second. Okay. Sorry. It built up too strong within my flim-flam chambers. I'm sorry. Okay, so now let me explain. This is a good game, okay? This is a really good game. It's like there's nothing like it. Sort of. Not. There's a lot of games like it. Okay. Now, I don't play it like other people. I don't play this game. No, there's a lot of people here. Look, look, all these players. Look, all these players. I'm sorry if you're out of the loop, my friends. You haven't played for a while or something. I don't know. This is a wonderful game. These are all different players. These are player camps. Okay, a bunch of people doing people things. Okay, you got a big old map. It really is larger. Got these different biomes. A bunch of stuff to do. Now, on top of the dailies, which you might think are boring, sure. On top of the events that you might think are boring, sure. Once you're done with all of your main storyline, once you're done with Wastelanders, okay, content, once you're done with everything, what do? You know, once you're done grinding the terrible reputation grind to get ally in both Raiders and Settlers, so you can get yourself a nice tasty Gauss minigun. Yeah. Okay, I'm explaining. You see, there are certain accomplishments that take a very long time to get. You know, the main storyline, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, okay? I'm not making up stuff just to be funny or something, or just to be snarky, like you people. You're making up stuff? Are you making up stuff? You're making up stuff? Okay? My goodness. No, I'm explaining things. Gab, goodness gracious. I'm explaining. This game's been out for a very long time, so 4,500 hours ain't that bad. I stream for 8 to 16 hours a day. Okay? And because there's not many other people doing it, you know, this is all I do. And I put out little guides and so forth, and, you know, just like any other streaming situation, you end up making money over time, and it ends up paying the bills. In reality, I don't really eat all that much. But I'm really seeing it for the long run, okay? I know that one day this game will be very, very, very popular. One day the game will be super duper popular in like a year or so. It's sad. Okay, there are still a lot of bugs. The game still does crash, and if you have a an inferior system, it's not going to perform all that well. If your network connection speed ain't all that hot, it's not going to be that great for you. If you're playing on a non-PS4 Pro or non-Xbox One X system, it's not going to be great either. Okay? So it hides the actual game itself. A lot of people try to min-max and they try to, let's say, do this right here. You see this right here? This right here is a nuke zone, and people try to bomb the queen. And they do that quite a bit. You know, many people play the game and they hate it. I would say 60% of the player base kind of hates the game, and they hate Bethesda. And they're just waiting for it to get better. A couple people are good and honest players, but not many. Not many. Most players are cheaters and exploiters and dupers. It's a sad, sad world. This is how it is. Because the previous games under the franchise were all moddable, and this one's online suddenly, and now you can't do that. So I understand it, but it does break the game from time to time. So people hate it for that reason, because it's breakable. This game is very breakable, so people don't like it for that reason. And people have fun trying to see how much they could break it, and then they advertise their breaks and their dupes and their cheats, and that gets a lot of popularity. How bad the game is, or what the next dupe is, or what the next exploit is, or check out this new way to exploit XP, or some nonsense like that that people are doing. So that gets a lot of popularity. Okay? Many people doing this stuff. I'm not doing that. So the game's very popular in that community of like trolls and everything, because it's like a toxic environment to try to avoid playing the actual game. Like the person that said that they beat the game in 50 hours. That sort of person. It's not... It should take you a very long time. Are you trying to not play games and talk about playing them? Are you skipping everything? You have to. Understand? Zippity-doo-dah-day. It takes time to do things. What do you say? You know what I mean? You get that? But look, many people hate the game because they haven't even played the darn thing. And the game is complicated. It's hard. It's a hard thing. It's a complicated, semi-boring thing. Most of it is trying to manage your darn inventory. But I like that. I like it. I like managing my inventory. And I like going to vendors and doing all kinds of weird flim-flam things. Trying to get some resources over time. But I find my time in the world taking over workshops. Yes, it is a hard thing, Gabskates. It's awesome. Nah. Look, you could play this game in easy fashion, or you could play it hecka complicated. The game can be hecka complicated if you want it to be. And over time, those complicated factors surface. And they become more of the main gameplay meta over time. So, if you've heard of workshops across the map, there's 21 workshops across the map. They're sort of like the settlements that were in Fallout 4. It's a big deal. Like this right here is a workshop. You could build anywhere within this perimeter, but as you see, most people don't touch the workshops because they think that they're not worth it. They think it's a waste of time. But that is the actual game, in my opinion. In my opinion, the game is workshop conquest in the nature of Civilization, or StarCraft, or Command & Conquer, or old school Warcraft, okay? Or Risk, okay? Yeah, these tiles across the map with resources. This is after you're done with everything, after you're done with all the main storyline stuff. The actual game itself is claiming, conquering, building up, you know, these workshops here. As you see, there's an oil node here, there's lead over there, there's copper up there, there's 2 iron nodes left and right, okay? And lots of dirt, and you could plant crops in the dirt, and you could establish water purifiers. So ideally, you should be setting up these havens for other players. So it's like a PvP, PvE sort of safe haven that you're creating for other people. It's an opportunity for PvP, and it's a way to show other players what they could do, and so forth. It's pretty awesome.
I splatter your brains!
Yeah, buddy. So, the game isn't about just going to areas to go farm, okay? That's if you want it to be, and that's what you're doing to yourself. You're avoiding playing the game, and then you're complaining about the game not having depth. You're doing it to yourself. Isn't that kind of funny? Isn't that kind of funny? You're avoiding... Look, these guys are very low level, but it's not about the people here. It's about the land. It's about the land, people. It's about the land. I don't think I have that much oil, but we'll see. You see, I'm taking over this workshop. These are the spots you can go PvP at. Now, here's the funny thing. If you go back to any of the original Fallout 76 hater videos where they start making fun of the game, you know, they're making fun of the game, and they're showing the compilation reel of all the bugs, none of them talk about workshops. Isn't that funny? Look. You crazy. None of those original videos talked about the workshops, when it's really about the workshops. And they're complaining about not being able to attack other players, you know? They're trying to attack random players by punching them in the back at a workbench, you know, and they're not responding, and then you start making fun of the game, you know, because these people think that workshops are pointless because you don't get that much resources from these nodes, okay? Alright. Alrighty. None of them mention workshops. Many people think that you don't get that much resources from these things. But it's over time. It's over time. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Are you just gonna be like a wild, blind hater? Because I'll just stop reading the YouTube chat. It means that... Why are you purposely trying just to be a wild, blind hater person? Why do you hate me? Are you a racist? Yeah. Hey, Gabskates and YouTube, everybody over there on Twitch and on YouTube, understand that I'm primarily a Facebook streamer, and I have subscriptions and tips set up through Facebook and not through Twitch or YouTube. I don't even care about Twitch or YouTube. I only have Twitch or YouTube set up so I can get you people over to Facebook. That's what matters. Facebook. Facebook. No. Gabskates, you see, you are an old person if you think only old people are on Facebook. Because it's stupid. You understand that Facebook just bought Mixer, right? If that gives you any indicator of what's going on. Facebook, it's a meme. Understand it's a meme? People think that Facebook is a public photo album where your grandma can share her pictures of her lasagna, you know? And you could take drunken photos at the club and get in trouble at work. People think that that's what Facebook is. That's what Instagram is or something. That's not Facebook. Facebook is groups. There's 1 million groups on Facebook. You get that? So think of that. There's 1 million game-based groups. Just remove the jokes and the hatred out of your head for a second, please have an open mind if you're able. Imagine people making...
Hey, oh my gosh.
Imagine
Thank
some
you so
noob to information making fun of the internet in general. Generalizing like what you're doing. You're generalizing something you don't even know what you're talking about. It's not for old people. It's full of groups. There's a million Fallout groups and every other video game group. It's just like Reddit, but modernized. Imagine a modern version of that. Reddit, like everybody else uses, it's just like a 1990s bulletin board with mainly text-based and ranking. Is very, very primitive. Fallout's or Facebook is amazing. So you have your user profile, your artist profile, you can have a store built into it. It's all awesome and integrated, and it's amazing. It's the best thing ever. I'm telling you. Facebook bot mixer. Facebook was already doing fb.gg. Okay? Facebook is... You do know that Facebook owns Oculus Rift, right? Like, Facebook owns Oculus. How old are you? You're saying that old people? How old are you? Seriously. I think you're either too young or outside the age bubble. I don't know. How old are you, really? If you think that just old people use it. You know that Facebook owns Oculus VR. And they make the best gosh darn garbage ever. I'm sorry that you're outside the bubble. One day you'll get inside. You'll get used to it. You're making fun of a game that you barely even played. Barely even played. A long time ago. Making fun of Facebook. Don't know what you're talking about. You know, whatever. Stupid trolls are stupid trolls. I thought you were a real person for a second. I thought I was actually convincing a real person, but you're not a real person. You know. You know. You know. You shouldn't admit to just pushing someone's buttons. You realize that, right? That makes you a complete idiot. That you're purposely making up stuff just to antagonize somebody. It doesn't make you right. It means that it means you're a filthy, disgusting, stupid liar. Is what you are. And you're admitting to it. And you think it's no big deal. Your friends are laughing. Usually. I think your friends usually laugh when you do this stuff. But one day you'll figure it out. Look, now you're double lying. You're double lying. Mr. Double Liar. Oh boy. I tell you what. But yes, give the game a chance. It's wonderful. In case you don't know anything about it, let me show you something. Let me show you something. Right now, I'm running around in power armor. That's no big deal, okay? This is like a recent build I've been working on, because in the end game you have some T65 armor that you have to unlock with gold. It takes a very long time to get this gold. You get 200 gold per day, 300 gold once a week. It takes a long time. So I'm working on that. I've already got my flim plans. It took a long time to get everything else. I have a million mutations, as you see. Adrenal reaction, bird bones, eagle eyes, egghead, herbivore, herd mentality, marsupial, plague walker, scaly skin, speed demon, talons, and twisted muscles. So generally very, very effective at all kinds of different garbage. Before, like this week, I was eating a bunch of food. I had a long series of foods I would go through to power myself up, but now I don't do that anymore, so I've lost a big section of gameplay. You know, it's nice when I end up eating things, but right now I'm sort of focused on trying to maximize sort of my heavy weapon damage. I was using my minigun in the background just to bring down scorch beasts, but I figure if I am grinding towards the T65 armor, I want to have a reason to use it. And the main reason why you would use power armor is to amplify heavy weapons with the stabilize perk. So that's what I did. And along the way, I'm doing more PvP. I've always done the workshop conquest thing. These are the foods I would normally go for. They give me all kinds of buffs because of the herbivore factor. A huge amount. But I'm not eating any of these things right now. I'm kind of hanging on the edge. I made this chart here that you won't find anywhere else on the internet, wink, showing the XP requirements per level between levels 1 and 1,000. If you made it to whatever level you made it to, let's say level 50, that's where the soft cap is 7,880. Right now I'm level 983, and it takes 157,000 XP to level up. This right here is a map showing all kinds of important stuff. This white bar going across is reputation you could farm for. You could farm for some reputation along the way, and at these different nodes.
Hey, oh my gosh, thank you so
Hey, thank you so much, Sandra. Here you go. Have yourself a
Thank
golden
you.
zag nut. A golden zag nut. Yes. These numbers across the map here, those are the workshops. You see, these dots are resources of different kinds, and this orange line is XP. In the end, it's really about the workshop conquest. This chart right here shows you the power time I made up, how long it should take to take over each location. And in my opinion, the gameplay cycle is about 8 hours. It's an 8-hour gameplay cycle. It takes about 2 hours to take over most of the workshops. And then doubling back through to rebuild and rebuild and rebuild and amplify what you've already built takes time. And then trickling in the occasional public event and enclave event, and then of course doing the dailies, and then building up whatever you have to over time, making small improvements and small tweaks and testing things out over time. Okay? If you decide that your build is done, then there is no experimentation and your gameplay is lacking. If you leave your build open and say that your build is never done, and you're always trying to test yourself and push yourself and see what you need to change, then there's always room for improvement. And there's always something to do. You see, right now, you see I have these 11 points saved up. Before I had like 70. This is my current build. Right now I'm keeping home defense on, and I would have contractor on.
Nuclear
Here,
strike imminent.
I'll put action boy on.
Please exit the area at your
What I'm going to
earliest
do is, I'm going to coast around for a bit, building some basic structures to get some oil online. After I get a nice handful, I might move 1 point around, perhaps, but that's, oh boy, I think I could do it. Let's try to do this number right over here. I will empty out some of my ammo so I could take off the batteries included perk and allow for the contractor perk to go on. Let me dump out all my excess flim-flam. You see I have these fusion cores from the power plant. I'll be going back through to get more. That's why it's important to capture these locations early on in the phase of gameplay. Yeah. My word. It's a wonderful, wonderful flimsy-flamsy thing, huh? Ain't it? Ain't it? I'm running around without my armor on, but that's no big deal. You see, the issue is, if you have, your power armor on, your inner armor doesn't do anything. And neither does your backpack. Yeah. Hey, Gab Skates. You assume too much, and I don't know why you're so... I think you're a racist. It's quite possible. You're either a racist or a sexist. You're sexist against cisgendered males. I don't like it. Stop being sexist against the cisgendered males. But before this, I was in the army for 14 years. And I semi-retired. I saved up a lot of money. I invested it, and now it's paying back. I'm living on very bare minimal means. I hardly ever eat. And people send me a lot of money for playing this game. And it does work out. It's actually, I've been doing it for a while now, ever since the game, 4,500 hours. Over time, people watch. It becomes a part of the routine. It's a thing, okay? You might not believe it. I don't know where you work. Maybe you work in the iron foundry, pressing buttons. You get the metal tray, you put it in the machine, it goes pwamp. You put it over there, you get the metal tray, you put it in the machine, it goes pwamp. Watch out for your fingers. Old man Louis lost his finger in the iron press last year. Oh boy. You know, I know that other jobs are terrible, and you're jealous. Maybe that's why you're so hostile towards me. Who knows? Maybe you're just amazed that I'm playing the game, and maybe I actually like it, which makes me a bad guy because you don't like the game. Who knows why you don't like me? Huh? Yeah, baby. But you see, I like this game a lot. You see what I'm doing here? Because it's just like the army. It's just like the army. It really is. I'm telling you. Oh boy. It's just like the army. Oh my goodness gracious. It is. This is just like the army. Because this is just like the army. Because if you've ever been in the army, and I don't know if you have, who knows? Everyone's brainwashed these days to hate things, right? Isn't that how it works? People are brainwashed to hate things. Oh, you're killing babies. You're a baby killer. Call me baby killer. Who knows? But most of the army is acting like it's the end of the world and you have to build civilization up from nothing. So you have a bunch of equipment and different sections and different, you know, groups and everything. Everyone's very organized and everyone has little jobs. You go out there with a bunch of stuff and you set it up and you tear it back down. You take inventory. You do it again. And it's all about packing lists and readiness and all kinds of stuff like that and training. So I like it a lot for that reason. All this wiring, you know, in terms of all this mechanism, like the whole idea of being able to have these locations that you could build up. It's sort of like a Sims thing, but with a purpose. It's like a base defense, tower defense, but with a real nice structured purpose. It's a wonderful thing that they did with this game. You know, it's sort of like the feeling that you get from playing Fallout 4, but online. And there's a threat that other players can kill you. Like right now, another player can kill me in a heartbeat. Boom, boom, boom. So I have to have my ears on, and I have to listen, and I have to keep checking the map. You see, look, there's a player right there. You see that? Danger, danger. Good thing I saw that. You see that? Wonderful. Wonderful. But yeah, this game is a technical matter. It all depends. But remember, you could really have a really straight through and easy build where you don't have to worry about anything. Or you could have a build that's incredibly technical that requires so much upkeep to maintain. And because you have that spread, it allows for any manner of gameplay. So the game itself is a technical game and a complicated one, but you could choose to play it nice and simple that. Hey, other people on Twitch, you should probably chime in before this troll gets all the attention. Blindtroll.com. He's making the rest of you look bad. He's making the rest of you look crazy. Crazy. Yeah. Oh. So yes, it's a game about building up these workshops after you've done everything else. I view the core storyline, the core storyline and the Pioneer Scouts, Boy Scout thing and the Wastelanders, all as layered tutorials teaching you how to play the game, and then they let you free whenever you're done, and you're meant to go around the map doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Well, the problem, Mr. Malaka, is that I don't really control the Twitch chat. I control the Facebook chat, but I don't control the Twitch chat or the YouTube chat. I have the I have the Facebook console, you know, the Creator Studio open, but I don't have the Creator Studio open for the other spots, so I don't feel like, you know, banning people. Have you killed a baby? Have you killed a baby, girl? No.
What? Going to be good fight.
I don't think you want to hear about anything. I don't think you really want to know what went down in the sandbox, baby. I don't think you want to know what went down in the sandbox, pal. Yes, Gabskates. Yes, Gabskates, I agree. If this whole time I didn't have a lower torso, that would be some level of ironic humor, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be hilarious? I was like, what do you think about this? And I'm just like a stump with a diaper on it. A stump with a diaper. What if that's all I was? A stump and a diaper. Would you still have your jokes? Alrighty. How many times did I die before I spent real money on the game? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Bosco? Look at my coffee mug, my friend. I embrace failure. Failure is growth. Success is stagnation. If a person brags about having a super duper high level and a very low number of hours, that indicates that they are a cheater. If you have a pretty high level and a pretty spectacular number of hours, that means that you're like the opposite of a cheater. That means that you're like a slow leveler. Do I believe in flat Earth? Hey, fantastic question, Gabskates. You know what? To tell you what, Gabskates, I sorta do. Fantastic topic. Now you could be a real troll. You could be an anti-flat Earth troll, okay? Because you know what? You know what, friend? I kind of think the flat Earth is a thing. Okay. Gabskates, check it out. The UN world map. You tell me why this thing is a flat Earth map. The UN world map is a flat Earth map. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah. But I'm joking, the world's not flat. But I can understand people's perspectives. But I really like to understand the opposite narrative. I want to know what the enemy thinks, and I want to know what flat earthers think. I want to know what young earthers think. Okay? I want to know what they believe. Okay? And now I know what they believe. I know what they believe. Oh, yes. You see, the thing is, all of the usual arguments against it don't work because they don't know what the flat earthers believe. You have to really attack what they believe. Only a couple things defute. These concepts. But everything else works out, you know. Time zones work. They believe that the Earth, that the Moon and the Sun are small bodies about the same size, floating over the flat disk of the Earth, floating in a circle, going around this way, is what they believe. It's like it's a ball, so many meters across, and it's who knows what it is, but that's what they think it is. And they think that the Sun and the Moon are the same size, and that they're just floating there, and that the stars are all fake. They think that the stars is sonoluminescence using it's water and sound waves, is what they believe. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can spout your anti-war propaganda all you like. Zero. I was a 25 uniform. I was a signal support system specialist. I worked with communications, bunch of wires and cables and antennas and radios and laptops and BlackBerry phones and encryption and flimflams. Everything that plugged in and electronic wise. Which is it? Is it shooting kids or being useless? So if you're not shooting kids, you're useless? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah. You don't know how these systems work, my friend. You don't know how these systems of the world work. Let me walk over here and do my thing. Gotcha. Well, just so you know, I know that you all are outside the bubble. I was in the bubble for 14 years. It's a very long time from the year 2000 on, okay? Most of the Army isn't like Call of Duty. That's a very less Rangers, Special Forces, or straight up infantry, you know? But even the infantry, they're like the straight up 11 Bravo infantry. They're sort of like the wannabe Marines, or the wannabe Navy SEALs, or the wannabe all these people, because it's just you're in the Army and you're 11 Bravo. That's infantry. Most 99% of the jobs in the Army are not infantry. It's everything else. So if you're in a military unit, most units are not infantry. They're a normal military unit with a bunch of people. You got legal, you got the DFAC people, or the dining facility people. You have everybody in the world. You have the supply people, you have the communications people, and you have the motor pool people, like the maintenance people. There's a million bajillion jobs. It's just like the apocalypse. But at the same time, everybody is also infantry. You get that? Everybody in the U.S. Army is also infantry, but there's an infantry job because you have to qualify at the range, and everybody has an assigned weapon. And when you're deployed overseas, everybody carries their weapon with them. So, you know, if you are a cook, let's say your job is to be a cook in the Army, okay? You're a cook. That means that every so often throughout the year, you have to go down to the rifle range and qualify. And you have to be fitted for some new armor, or whatever the heck it is. And then you have to go do some other training, and some other training, and do some combat lifesaver training. And now you have, and then do some combatives training every morning, and then run 5 miles. And that's just how it works. And everybody in the Army is a very physically fit, amazing superhuman, because they all have perfect dental plan, perfect health plan, and everything's wonderful. You can say I'm sick and get all the medication you want and get everything all fixed up and stitched and wonderful. Everything's wonderful, and you're forced to stay physically fit because you have these physical fitness training exams twice a year. And if you are overweight or something, you get put on some program. You get PT twice a day, and everyone's getting in trouble. It's like a big old deal. Okay, so everybody in the Army, you have to be like an expert at your weapon system, and you have to go to several schools, and the more schools and training you go to, the better you are, and you eventually get to be in charge of a bunch of people, and it's a big old deal. Okay, so you have to go to combat lifesaver training, and you have to go to weird combat leadership school, and all kinds of crazy scenarios where you do all kinds of amazing training and jump from planes and do helicopter stuff. Okay? And when you're at a deployment and you're walking around, there's indirect fire that they lob it into the base. So, kaboom! And you have to go run to the bunker every so often, and you put your helmet on, your body armor on, you sit there, and then you go back to your job, and there's sand everywhere, and it's dangerous. And every so often, a person does a suicide bomb into the dining facility. Every so often, some horrible thing at the gate goes off, but usually it's just really boring and monotonous, and it's crazy, is what it is for a military deployment to Iraq or Afghanistan. Okay, I went to Iraq twice and Afghanistan once, and it wasn't that bad. I was in an aviation unit for my Iraq deployments, and Afghanistan I was in an infantry unit. Ugh. But the deployment wasn't that bad. I had a lot of power. I was in charge of the security cameras, the encryption, the radios, the network, the laptops, of course, the Ethernet, you know, the IP address assignment, all the stuff I was in charge of. So it was great. I had my own little office. You walk back and forth with your weapon. You know, you have a weapon on you at all times. You have to sleep with it. You have to sleep with your weapon, with your rifle, big old long rifle, you know, and you have to carry your ammo, and we had a rifle range right outside. It's like a super elite thing, and it's just ridiculous that you'd make fun of it, seeing as you're not doing it. You wouldn't last a day. Okay. Your uncle's in the Army and he's fat? I don't believe you. He's probably in the very long process of getting kicked out. But because his knee is all messed up and he has all kinds of medical situations, so whenever people are getting kicked out, you know, you can only skate by for so long. You get processed real quickly. I'm not talking about National Guard. National Guard's a bunch of messy losers. Not losers, but you know. They're not real soldiers. They are, but you could tell when all of a sudden a bunch of National Guard come to a military base, all their uniforms are messed up, their hair's out of regulation, and they're overweight. But everybody else is not overweight. They're like Captain America's running around. I'm being serious. Everyone is, because you're incentivized. You get to go home. If you finish first on the run in the morning, it's a good job. You are treated like a king if you are really fast. So everyone's really fit. It doesn't matter what you do. You could be the motor pool guy that hands out light bulbs for your truck, and he's the fastest guy in your unit, and you give him the colors, and he runs around, everybody cheers. It's a big deal. Hey there, Sarah, human. Yeah, so let me just break this down. Break this down. I have to break down all this armor and weapons I have on me. Yeah. Oh, come on. Ugh, that was terrible. Hey there, Adrian. How's it going? And how's it going? Why would it let me do that? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's okay. Let's go back over here and take over this workshop. Take over the workshop, baby. So, what's up with you all being crazy trolls? Is there a reason why you're just being a goal-shifting weirdo troll person? Is it because I'm responding? Is it because I'm feeding you? Am I feeding you too much? I think I'm feeding you too much. What do you think? Yeah, I think that's probably why. What are you talking about? Crazy? I don't talk to people. Drop it off and let's take it over. I'll take over this workshop over here. I just accidentally destroyed my protocol chest. That's unfortunate. It's sad that it even lets you do that, you know. You heard it here first. You're unbanned and you got all your stuff back? That's pretty cool that you got your stuff back. Did they write you a letter and explain things to you? Hey there, Sandra.
So,
how's it going?
what is it?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't want to make a big deal about it, but it's a big deal. Because it took flux to make that chest. That's why I put a skin on it. I put a skin on it because I thought it wouldn't let me do it. But it sure enough did. Real quick, like. It said, do you want to do it? Yes. Boom. And then it happened. Cool. Okay, well, I'm just going to put down some simple generators and then roll out. I'll come back in just a bit. It's okay. I'll just use this jetpack thing. Wonderful. Three to the one, to the one, to the three. I was being assaulted by some flim-flams on the Twitch. Can you believe how mean they were? They're being all un-American. They're probably Antifa members. Oh boy. There we go. Okay, we're done here. Alrighty, I'll go down to the Dabney Homestead after picking up some fusion core action. All you gotta do is just stay nice and consistent, and they'll expose themselves as, you know, people that are just trying to upset somebody. Which means you can't take what they're saying seriously if they're lying every 3 seconds. You know, it only works if there's somebody else with them, kind of like egging them on. Like if they have a hype man, it works. Meanwhile, everybody else thinks that they're a juvenile loser person, jealous person, you know? Jealous, loser, crazy person. Obsessed. Gotta wonder what they do when they get broken up with in a relationship. They hang out on that person's Facebook all day, or whatever, Instagram, TikTok, thumbing down their videos. I'm gonna thumb down your TikToks.
Alert. Non-combatant slaughter advised.
A couple people on Twitch. They just don't understand how or why a person would ever play the game this much. There's a whole generation of people that were convinced that this game is trash. I've ever played New Vegas. I played it for an hour and I thought it was boring garbage. Really slow. And trash. I'm sure it gets better. But, you know. But that's me playing it after playing this game. Okay. I played Fallout 4 quite a bit before this game. But not Fallout New Vegas. I think it's really no contest that this is the best Fallout, and best. Maybe you want to say that Rust is better. Well, I think the thing is, perhaps the graphics in Rust might be better, but you know that everything in that game is probably official reused assets in the 3D model store because it's a third-party indie game, you know, so it's gonna have some Unreal Engine graphics or whatever, and you're running around doing some stuff. I don't even know much about it. I don't know much about it, but running around, and what is the point of the game? You know, what is the point of the game? Is there a point to Rust? You know? This is what 500 hours of Rust looks like. Any old players out there? This is what 500 hours of Rust looks like. What? What's the whole point of it? Huh? What's the whole point of Rust? What is it? What is it? What is it? Maybe they like it from a PvP. So from a PvP, I'll probably say that Rust for a survival PvP game is better, but for an overall game, this is way better. Without even having to know that much about, Rust, there is no actual game in there. It's just survival and kill other players and build. You could probably build in a bunch of spots. Who knows where you could build? But it's just get resources, survive, and kill other players. Maybe. Like Ark, there is some storyline deep in the core, in the deep dark core of Ark. There's a game in there, you know. It involves something, but there's obviously a game here, and it might not be the same kind of survival game. Like normally, if this were Minecraft, you could just destroy everything. Everything. Dig a hole in the ground. If it were Ark, you could pick up these rocks and punch down all the most of the trees. Here you can't punch down the trees, so it throws people off that it's partitioned like that. How they have the survival features. But once you understand what the game's about, once you really understand it, you know, it's complicated. You're saying if this were advertised as a survival game in the beginning, well, what was that? What do you think it was advertised as? Is Fallout not? Skyrim and Fallout are both survival games, because, well, this one is more because you have to eat and drink. I think they failed in their promotion because people don't know what the game is really about, because they never even advertised the workshop feature. The game doesn't even really talk about it, and like I said earlier with those trolls, an hour ago or whatever, if you look at all of the original reviews on YouTube where they're hating on it, you know, none of them mention workshops. None of them. Maybe one of them, and they mention workshop tools or base building, and they mention it in a negative light. They say, it has some of the base building from Fallout 4, but now you gotta pay for certain things with the Atomic Shop. They mention it for a second, and they say, but now you gotta pay for it, and they never mention it ever again. And in the same breath, they say, and check out how stupid PvP is. And they try attacking a random person in a random spot, not at a workshop. So if they showed a wonderfully built workshop and a person fighting around that workshop, that'd be great. You know? It's sort of like talking about Fortnite without ever mentioning the building. When the base building, if you want to call it base building, or just the building in general, of being able to build a wall, a ramp, a ceiling, you know, is a big deal in Fortnite. It defines the combat. It defines the gameplay. So to not mention the... I know it's a big difference, okay, between Fortnite and this game, but it's very similar, because this is a survival game where the heart of it, in my opinion, is workshopping. Workshop conquest, and to not mention workshop in your review is just like not mentioning the fact that you could build walls, floors, and ceilings in Fortnite combat, and you're only showing people shoot each other in an open field without building some sky fortress. You should show some high-end gameplay of people building up in the sky all crazy fast and zooming in and doing all kinds of crazy garbage. It can get complicated, or it can get real simple. You know. No Man's Sky is very similar. No Man's Sky is a hardcore, sort of hardcore, survival game. You know? It's another one of those survival games. That one has people in it. I'd say it's very similar to Fallout 76 in both the hatred it received. I think No Man's Sky has restored all of its praise. I think no one hates on No Man's Sky anymore. I think No Man's Sky is no longer, you know, in a hole.
Thunder Mountain is offline. Repeat,
For a long time, they were the worst.
With a background in engineering, report to the plant.
I don't know what company it is, but the creator of that game was treated worse than Todd Howard, you know, whatever his name was, because it felt like he was lying about this magical game he's making. Like he's lying about all these features in No Man's Sky. It's going to be amazing, procedurally created universe. But then all these, it was full of bugs, and you end up with a bunch of bug reels and about how bad it is. It's almost the same exact thing. Think about it. But then they came out with the next update, some big update that brought 1 million features. And then they came up with a VR. Now it's a really good VR game. It's one of the best VR games if you have a powerful enough system. Because it's a VR is awesome. So, this game is still recovering. I'm sure No Man's Sky still has a bunch of bugs and it has a terrible loading time or some nonsense. But eventually this game will be treated fairly. Probably around the time that the show comes out. The problem is, all of the trailers for Fallout 76, I think they were live action trailers. With, like, people walking around the swamp, humans in cosplay. And it was fake. It wasn't gameplay. And then it showed a little bit of gameplay. People running away. The usual. Now, you have that. Some of these trailers are amazing, mind you. Some of the trailers are really, 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 really good. Really good. Because they show all kinds of gameplay and they show the narrative. They show a bunch of humans. They show all kinds of amazing stuff happening that I think many players forget about. You're forgetting about all these awesome story moments and all the people and all the things you have to do and what you're figuring out. It becomes a world that you're living in. You know?
Hello again, members. We've spotted another nest of vermin
Oh boy.
congregating topside. Proceed to the designated extermination site and keep an eye on our lures, would you? That is all.
Signal detected. Activate additional signal sources to initiate extermination protocols.
Yeah.
All array components engaged. Activating targeting protocols. Please stand by. Error. Unrequested tube decompression detected. Immediate repair requested.
Component bypass detected. Resuming function.
Sure.
Attention. Attention. Temperature spike detected. User support requested. Notice to all users. Gear jam detected. Mechanical support ticket issued.
Yeah.
Repair detected. Resuming uplink protocols. Temperature anomaly corrected. Resuming remote connection.
Yeehaw. Hey, I basically have this Red Rocket gas station garage at my camp.
System
Sort of.
orientation complete. Signal broadcast
Sort of.
active. Target locked. Immediate evacuation required. Repeat. Please retreat to a safe distance immediately.
Yeehaw. Oh boy. We're really doing it, everybody. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. You see, I've already done my primary tasks last stream, so I'm just doing the usual, which is taking over workshops over time. It's not just farming areas, I'm taking over workshops, as you see.
Thank you for your participation.
I gotta take him over. Let's go over here for a second. Yes, I think this game will be cross-platform one day. Whenever it's a cloud game, you know. Whenever everyone's playing games off the cloud, everything will be cross-platform. There'll be no reason. For some reason, there's some security issues, I'm guessing, between servers. You know, it's kind of weird. Oh yeah, let him have it. Adding up all the supplies in the world. Let's go by and inspect this location. All these spots, let's go inspect this location nearby. This is one of my dailies, is to find decrypted at certain locations around the map. So I do it as I pass on through. You know? You know? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go up the hill and check for this, a human. Doing our wonderful thing. Up and around. What are you talking about? Oh boy. Okay. Right over yonder. Get our water. Yeah. Okay. There's no... Oh, there he is, I think. Deathclaw. Thank you very much. That's so far away. I can't do that right now. I can't do it right now. No, no, no. Okay, we have a couple things to do. We have a couple things to do across this map, and we will be doing them. These dailies in time. Alright, let's quickly run down here and take over the Tyler County dirt track. All these locations, and I'll build them up systematically. Systematically, bit by bit. Starting up here, and we are going to work our way down the hill. Yeah. Boom. This is another workshop, one of many. You see that somebody built some stuff before us here, but we could take it over. This costs money, but whenever I take over the workshop, it sets it up in the future. Yes. So compare to this. Imagine you have this game you buy from the store. It's called Chessmaster 2000. Compete against the greatest through history. Albert Einstein, Nikola Tesla. Play against the AI brain of them. And once you're done, never play chess ever again because you beat the game. No, it's you're setting it up. You know, so. Yeah, no. But many people don't do this. But it really is the best thing you can do. It's so good. And I think this is the actual game. Okay, I need more oil, so I'll be back. I'll be back. Sometimes I have to cap and roll, cap and roll. Let's go back down to Beckley to get my oil. I have 15 oil here because there are 3 oil resource nodes, and the oil resource nodes fill up at 5. Some people complain that the resource nodes don't give you enough resources, therefore the workshop is pointless because you must be poor if you need those resources. No, it gives you a lot over time, as long as you keep cycling through. They fill up at 5, which means you don't really have to lock them. If they fill up at 5 and not, let's say, 200, if this right here filled up at 200 and not just 5, that means it would always be locked, and I would lock it because you could lock these things. You see? We're not going to. Right? It'll be locked because a player can come through between now and forever and take all my oil. But now, if a player happened to come through, it probably wasn't in the last 15 minutes, which means by the time I come back, there's more oil waiting for me. You see? So if I have these workshops spread across the map, I have free fast travel. If I plan on playing on the same map for many hours, you're just taking over more and more and more workshops. By hour 5, you have most of them controlled and very much built up to the point where you're proud to even stand in that thing because it's so beautiful. You have all these turrets and things and trees and so forth. The building you're making fun of earlier, that is just a very thin building with a second floor and a bed inside and a piano so I could put some towers on top. It's great. It allows for an alleyway and a line of sight break, and I put some defenses left and right, and it nestles in nice and nice. Like I have a series of blueprints I use for different purposes. Like over here I have this general thing, you know, but I don't have other resources, so I can't do what I normally do. But I do what I can when I can, how I can. And I'm not using contractor. Z positive. Well, tell you what. It seems like there are some people that really try hard to find new exploits and new ways of duping. Sort of like a jab at Bethesda, you know? It's like a game to find a way to break the code again. Or let's just show how bad this game is by finding a new way to break it, and people keep finding ways. But there's ways to have it not affect you. You know what I mean? There's ways to have it not affect you. I don't ever trade with other players. I go to player vendors from time to time, but whenever there's word of a new dupe, I stop going to other player vendors, and I stop interacting with the economy because it's completely broken. And for the most part, if a person walks up to you trying to ask to do PvP, that means that they're using duped gear. So you say no. But you do PvP in other contexts, like with the workshops and everything. So, yeah. I mean, you see any bugs right now? There are bugs, but I want you to figure out if you could find a bug. I know where the bugs are. I'll let you know where the bugs are. There's bugs all the time, but whatever. Not that bad. You know what I mean? Now this game is great. It's just dark right now. It's just dark. Maybe this is a 1080 stream. You might have to refresh it or something. Okay, but the graphics are good. Okay, the graphics are good. You just have to know what you're looking for. You really just have to know what you're looking for. You know, you really have to know. Okay. And this isn't your standard game. There's a bunch of stuff here. It really is 16 times the detail. Whether or not you know what that means. There's 16 times the detail. If you go back to the previous Fallout titles or Skyrim or anything like that, and you compare it to, if you compare the terrain and the wildlife and all that nonsense, and the amount of debris and lootable objects, it really is really dense in this game. Super dense. You see all the stuff around me? All these plants and everything? This is 16 times the detail compared to Skyrim or to Fallout 4. It really is bleak. It's quite bleak in the world of... One second. Let me take this off if I could. Put this on. Okay, take this off, put this on. Take this off, put this on. Okay. So, I'll put up a couple defenses. So this right here is a nice blueprint. You could blueprint a bunch of objects together to make a module. This is a module that has a turret on top, some power units inside, and it allows for some creative expression. You obtain these things over time throughout gameplay, and from the Atomic Shop. So there's a monetary value behind some of these objects, and that is a good thing. You might think it's a bad thing, but it's a good thing. It increases the value, you know what I mean? If Bethesda said, guess what? You can color your power armor any color you want. No restriction, have fun. That means that who cares what color it is? But if colors are rare, limited time, blah blah blah, or if there's skins that are tied behind events or seasonal activities, or straight up money, and if there's ways to earn that money through gameplay, it makes earning the imaginary Disney dollars meaningful. You know what I mean? I'm earning atoms through gameplay from time to time. They're kind of getting stingy nowadays, but right here I'm setting up this elaborate compound for other players. Now again, this is a, like I said, this is a stream that is currently a stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, okay? Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And it doesn't look as good on some of those versus other ones. I don't know how it looks like on Twitch. People have complained before it might look better on YouTube. So you might want to check it out there. Don't know how it looks. Also, whenever I move around a lot, it gets a lot blurrier. It's just how it happens, how it works. You know? Well, that happened. Okay. Real quick, like number 7. Alright. So these structures serve purposes, you know. One, they're cool looking, and I think it serves as a certain level of intimidation for other players. They're not as apt to quickly just take over the thing if they think you're some weird mastermind of workshop creation. They might think that you have something up your sleeve. There's like an issue, you know. And if you leave everything unlocked, they really have no real reason to do it. Okay, we have these resource nodes online. Okay, so I'll put a turret right over here. We're almost done with this place. A couple more things. Alright, right over here, and we'll get some crops if I can. I don't know if I could. I probably can't. I can't. So in the future, I'll come back and build a crop wall and a couple other things. In the meantime, I'll build a weird, funky wall. This thing right over here, a funky old, funky wall. You know what I mean? Uh-oh. There we go, funky wall. Plus one more workshop in the bag. We have these other workshops, and over time we'll keep on scamming around. My teammate here has a bounty. I should probably shoot them right in the chest. Let's go over here to Lakeside Cabins and take that over. What we're gonna do, 21 of these things, you know, it's a certain amount of gameplay, and at each location you're setting yourself up for the future. You're building another water purifier, planting some crop, getting some resources online for yourself and for other people. So it's really a fun, nice thing, you know, like you're doing people favors. It feels good. DopamineRelease.com for helping other players out. Like this right here. These people built these crops. And guess what? I can multiply them. Because I have a turbo fertilizer grenade. So I'm going to take these crops from here. This is just some other player's camp that I just teleported to, you know? Because I'm trying to go to the Lakeside Cabins, which is right over there. So I'll throw another turbo fertilizer grenade. Oh, I have no more. Alright, now I have some crops to play with. Run on through, get some free water. Some more free water. And we keep on going. Yeah. Eat some dog food on the go, why not? Okay, I'm taking over this spot right now. There's a bunch of horrible mole rats here. That must be destroyed beforehand. They really are some of the most annoying creatures. Okay. Should be like one more. Or whatever. I'm trying to listen. There's so many of these things. Kind of hope that they'll just show you where the remaining creatures are. But sometimes it's time based. And we're good. Let's go take it over. See, that right there was almost a bug that people will get very frustrated with, to the point of maybe even quitting. You're trying to do something but the enemy won't pop up. But it's okay. It's okay. All right. Got a couple things here and there. Red rocket. Wonderful. And yeah, Okay. I like to have some of these defenses overlap the lake bed down there because enemies spawn down there sometimes. I'll put this right over yonder. Boom, and I'll put a rocket turret right over here I have on this hay bale. You see it's a hay rocket. A hay bale, some tires, a generator, and a rocket on top. Yeah.
I could save time if I just steal supplies instead.
Okay. I put the house over here.
If I don't get a good cut, I will be cutting you.
And a turret. Nah. Alright. I like to build a lot sometimes. You gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta show the people. Oh, you gotta show the people. Nine, 10. Got our tree. I'll put another tree right in front. We're good. Yeah, defense event is about to pick up and roll over us. Let's go back over here to Monanga to get some more fusion cores and kill these wolves. Retake it, as it were. As it were.
Attention customers! Monanga Power Plant has experienced an unexpected failure. We apologize for the inconvenience. Rest assured that our maintenance crews are working hard to minimize the outage and safely restore power. Based on current projections, most customers should expect power to be restored by...
Alright. Fusion cores to the rescue. Where are these wolves? Okay, let's try to drop the stuff off. .31. Boom and boom and boom and boom and boom and all this boom boom. I'll drop 1,000 rounds of 2mm right now. Whoopsie. Not everything, not everything. Oh no. So fusion cores, I want about 3 of them. And about 1,000 cartridges of 2mm. 800 maybe, huh? Okay, miscellaneous, drop off the ore. That's a lot of ore. Really was. It really was. Okay, now let's head on back down to my camp. Back to my camp. Whoa.
I love the smell of corpses in the morning.
What? Oh, there's an ant. There was an ant, people. Water, water, water. And all of it good enough to drink. All of it. Good morning, East Coast. Good morning.
I miss the days when there were more things to kill. I like you better when I am wasted.
Awesome. And hail. Thank you. Thank you.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That was the world saying hello.
Wonderful. 2 hours in. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Or 10 hours in. I was live 8 hours before this. So this is 10 hours, you know, another 10 hours. Another 10 hours.
Sometimes I think about burning
45.65. I'm doing okay there, Paul. This is a late night stream. Do-ba-do-do-do-do, and a do-do-do-do, shibba-do-do-do-do, and a do-do, and a do-do, and a do-do. Yeah. I am thirsty.
A stand back. I would rather find some psycho.
Water. Okay. I've been bombarded by trolls in Twitch. So many trolls in Twitch. Hating on America. Hating on everybody. Hating on me, even me. Hating on Bethesda. It makes you want to cry.
I am going to have a wild night with these gems.
Alright, here we go again. Gotta be right back. Intermission.
I could save time if I just steal supplies instead. I wonder what human flesh tastes like. Life is better since the bombs fell.
I should go and walk. You know what they say. Observe nature and songs will flow. Stand back. I would rather find some psycho.
have lots of hobbies. Raiding, murder, raiding.
Oh. 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 Okay, let's go retake everything. I'm swapping over the theme of my group to event. Change the goal to event. There you go. Knock this out real quick. Won't take that long at all. Yeah. I'm primarily eating spoiled vegetables. We are hurrying up, collecting these resources. My teammates are giving me money with their quests. Right now I'm kind of broke, so anything helps. There we are. Cool. There's one more ghoul. Gotta hurry up. Right over yonder. Getting these bad guys taken care of. And I need more dirty water. Change it back to building. Alrighty. Perfect. Loot it up. Okay. Let's retake all these locations. Hey there, Deborah. I almost missed you. Awesome. Thank you. Goodbye. Get the resources as they come. Done. Alright. Cool. How's it going there, Ivan? How you doing? Are you a fan of Fallout 76? Are you a big old fan of Fallout 76? That's real good. That's real good. Right now, I'm going around the map, doing these workshops, retaking the ones I captured. Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, that's good. I know it can get frustrating sometimes, some of these bugs. You know, you have to... Sometimes they're game breaking. Because the game itself is fun, and you want to play it. And that's why it's frustrating, because we all like the game. So when it crashes, it's not cool. If the game was garbage, who cares if it crashed, right? Okay, are we done? Nope, we're not done. I've been killing people recently in the game. Pretty awesome. Okay, we're all done here. Keep on going around to retake, retake, retake. Oh boy. Okay, right now I'm getting these red rocket cores. And I'm heading down to get a cryptid. There's a creature up over here, yonder. I've checked the other locations. I was trying to avoid doing it. Okay, so let's go all the way out here and then loop back. It's sort of terrible. It really is. Look at him go. Isn't that so cool? He stopped and turned around. Isn't it interesting? Because he realized I was looking at him. And now he's probably chasing me again. You know why it says caution? Because he's still chasing me. Okay, we're almost there. I want to lower my life a bit to get into the nerd rage zone. There we go. Yeah. Sideshow Snallygaster. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I'm going to teleport back down. Okay. Wonderful. Yes, I've been doing PvP with players at workshops recently. In this new build I have. Especially. It's sort of why I'm doing it. I'm testing myself bit by bit. I don't want to do a situation where a person calls me out to say, hey, let's do 1v1, because that person's probably a cheater. Or whatever, you know. Duper. Or using duped gear or some garbage. A million nuke quantums that they didn't farm themselves. Yes. So I've always preached workshops, and now I've been saying that people are going to start to do it more and more and more. Give it a couple more weeks. It's going to get more active. But I think it's the most important thing to do, and that is the entire game. It's workshop conquest. Well, you see, it's a lot of materials. At workshops, it's workshop materials from these nodes, like the... Uh-oh. from the stuff like this uranium here, or the aluminum right over here, you know? But there's dirt, and the dirt you could plant crops, or you could use the farmable tiles to plant crops, and then you could have water purifiers, plus the collectron producing whatever it produces. My Foshnot collectron produces royal jelly, honey, honeycomb, pre-war sugar bombs, like the radioactive kind that's used in recipes. The Raider Collectron produces chems and drugs, and alcohol. Yeah. PvP against normal people is as it is. It's a psychological game. Yeah. So you got the, remember, you can have a whole orchard, and then a big old water farm. And certain workshops have free power if they're connected to the power plants, and 100 power provides enough power for 12 water purifiers, the normal kind, costing 8 power each for 96 power. Right now I'm clearing out these bad guys. All the way across the way. Plus, you have XP, okay? There's a big old gigantic chunk of XP once you defend a workshop and retake a workshop. On top of that, the defense events and retake events often involve pretty nice enemies, sometimes of worthy level. Sometimes you're fighting a big old pack of anglers, and that's adhesive, right? And asbestos. Mutants have gunpowder, grenades of different kinds, plastic in their weapons, you know, and caps. Different creatures have different flim-flam about them, and they come to you. Different workshops. Like right now it says defeat the mole rats, defeat the mutants, defeat the rad rats, defeat the mutants. So it tells me what's at each location, and once I do it, if I'm in a 4-person event team, I'll get about 1,000 XP. If it's double XP, I'll get 2,000 something, up to 3,700 or some crazy garbage if I have all the buffs just right. Extra intelligence, you know, from brain bombs, berry mentats, a full set of unyielding armor, and high base intelligence equals a whole lot of XP. And that's what I did to get my fast rank 100. Yeah, and the angler flesh, you know, the poached angler for the max AP if you're a carnivore. Yes, I'm going for level 1000. I plan on hitting level 1000 at or around whenever those legendary perks are available. I've slowed down quite a bit ever since the legendary run was over for me a couple days ago. I was averaging like 4 levels a day during the double XP. Now it's a level and a half or a level, you know, almost a level, somewhere in there. Okay, I'm gonna put one of these. This is a hay rocket. And then I'll put a turret right here. And a turret right here. That should take care of a lot. Alright. So I'm gonna leave here right now and come back later to the hunter's shack. Yeah. It just really sucks. Once you're done with the legendary run, you no longer get any credit for the daily or weekly challenges. You don't get it doesn't stockpile the score points. It's kind of unfortunate.
Analysis complete. Knowledge base updated.
You don't like turrets and workshops? Well, turrets and workshops are real good. Papa. Because one, they will kill a player. They will kill a player. Okay? Players just have to shoot them all. Okay? And you think they keep enemies to stay far away from the workshop? If the turrets are unobtainable, are unstrikeable, so you have to put some turrets closer. If all of your turrets are unstrikeable, it'll make the enemies run really far away. If you have turrets on the ground or turrets that are strikeable, they will move forward and absolutely they'll move straight towards your turret. Plus, your turrets aren't really to kill the enemies. The turrets are to let you know where the enemies are, because you can hear, you know? So it's not a problem. Because I died the other day. I totally underestimated my own turrets, or whatever the heck it was. Or they had some simple turrets on the top of the roofs over there at Beckley, you know? And I poked my head up for a couple seconds and it drilled me down. It was just because I was in the line of sight of many turrets at the same time. The explosive turret and the shotgun turret adds tons of stagger, but it's too loud, you know? But if you could afford the cost, it's okay. For a long time, I would rather like not do it, you know? That's why on my first through I do no turrets. But I'm doing the turrets to help out my teammates. You know what I mean? I feel like if I have lower level teammates or whatever the heck it is, or any level teammate, it doesn't really matter. If I'm saying, hey, go do the defense event, I want to say, don't worry about it. It's fully defended. Just go there and stand around and pull the... You know what I mean? Ideally, the turrets along with player tagging should take care of the enemy. You know what I mean? So if a player shows up and there's a bunch of ghouls and stuff way off in the boonies, I know what they do, that they kind of hide. And now all of a sudden, once the player is seen, the enemies might move forward and all of a sudden the turrets are chipping in again. When before they weren't. But yeah, like over here at the Dabney Homestead, if you put the turrets just on top of the barn, the enemies will be way off down the hill. You know, because they have no chance of destroying the building. But if I put it on my flying saucer as well, they move forward because they could destroy the flying saucer with my turret on top. So they have to have access to the structure, otherwise they'll just run away. Especially the melee guys. The ranged ones will shoot. And they'll quickly disable all of your turrets. So if the enemy can shoot, all of your turrets are worthless quite quickly. Especially with liberators. They really just drill away your turrets instantly. Zap, zap, zap. So. Yeah, I think the Brotherhood will have their own... They should have their own armor. Another armor set, perhaps. So this was my workshop, right? But I didn't build anything? Interesting. I took it over and didn't build anything. Looks like I have to build. Like here, I don't think I have any of the turrets on the ground, but the enemies still do move forward. I know that not every workshop is the same, and it really depends on the layout. This is kind of a weird one because it's so small, and the enemies spawn kind of right outside. Sometimes they spawn way the heck over there. Yeah, but the AI is it's a tricky beast. It's both smart and stupid, you know? I feel like it's too smart to the point where it's stupid. I didn't build this up last time, so I'll build it up now. It all depends on how much oil I have. Whoa, my goodness gracious. There's a dog over here somewhere. That's what we call controlled bursts into business. So I put my thin house right here. Bill Nye the Science Flim. Right over here. I try to get it nice and straight, otherwise it doesn't look very good. Okay, make sure we're good. Right about there. Boom. Good stuff. I'll add a small staircase to serve as a minor wall. There it is. Having a workshop there is going to be cancer? Well, you can't choose where you have the workshops. They are in specific locations. This is just one of them. This is one of the better workshops. It's wonderful. Because there's this is a 3 acid node, so it's actually a very popular workshop. Sought after by the flims. Anglers attack here quite often. Yes. Hey, Barbara Papa, stop acting like those are your words. Give credit. Barbara Papa's saying just build them for the community. That's my pitch, and that's what I sold Barbara Papa on. So the whole concept is, if you don't think that they're good enough for you, you're building them for other people. You know, you leave everything open, unlocked. They're like an oasis, and they're sort of like a gallery of your build objects. So you're trying to really make it pleasant for the other humans. It's sort of the whole point of the game. It's rebuild, reclaim the wasteland, Appalachia, flim flam. You know what I mean? That's like the whole. That's like the subtle sub game. It's right there. Just imagine this: if there was no if there were no plague or other human problems, our sole purpose, leaving Vault 76, would be to rebuild workshops. That's what we're trained to do. You know? That's what the Vault 76 training was. Sort of. Sort of. Okay, here we go. Right over here, right over here, right over here, right over here. Boom. The anglers are coming in. You see they're spitting. Alright. Like to have this here. And this right over here. That was just a single wave. Just a handful of enemies. And then I'll do this right here. And this over here. This is the SS Flim Flam. It's a ship of pain. It's the SS painful ship. Ain't no melee. Enemy's gonna do nothing. We're gonna go around. We ain't punching this down. Oh, baby. You like that? It's the SS pain ship. Okay. And then I'll just slap some water where water's due. Right over here. 5, 4, 3, 2, Pataquan. Oh. A lot of people after. That's why you leave everything unlocked. Yes, this is a popular area, and if you're not prepared, other players will come in a swiftness. But hopefully some of them will look at my level and then think about it. And then maybe they'll see my works and despair. And they'll cry me a river. Cry me, cry me. Cry me a river. Cry me, he, 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 he. You know what I mean? Alright. Okay, we have 2 more oil. So I'm gonna stick with 1 row. I might build a 2nd row later on. So I have this water down here, right? And I want it to be really obvious. Oh boy. You know what I mean? Super obvious. Power connector right over here. This really is a really fun game for me. There's other games that involve building, but you're not doing it for any reason. Or you're just planning, whatever the heck it is. But this is, you're building for a direct purpose within a certain time frame because other players can get ya. Word? Oh god. Oh, I don't like standing around for, you know, you are a sitting duck at a workshop. Remember, if you ever die at a workshop, it's 100% your own fault. Because you weren't checking the map, you weren't listening for other players, you're standing still too long, your life was too low, and you're just building and not eating. You know what I mean? Or you trusted the weird random stranger walking up to your house, waving at you. The guy that just shot you. Okay, now let's get a tree over here. This will definitely lure some enemies forward. Perhaps even up and around. Oh, I have no more oil, so I can't do that. Okay, everything's looking okay. Everything's looking fine. Let's get another flying saucer over here, if I could. We're almost done. Remember, I am a sitting dick.
Don't you?
Come on now, come on now. Come on now. You see? Oh boy. See, I'm purposely trying to have that thing float. Normally I don't like to have items float, but this is the flying saucer, so I think it's okay. But as we discussed earlier, if the enemy is unable to strike it in melee, they'll just run away. But in this case, they can kind of walk up and around, so they will try. They'll do their darndest to hit something if they could, if it's worth their while. Otherwise, they're not just going to stand there and get shot. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But I kind of like that floating effect, and you can walk underneath it. So, keep on going. I'll build a couple more small structures right over here. Real quick. Real quick. That's going to be a little wall right here. A half wall. I want enough room for melee enemies to think that they could pass through. I'll warn players with the lamp right here. Okay. And I'll get The punjis. Here, there, and everywhere. This way they'll... I don't know. They'll do something. Subtle things. Okay, this is it for now. I might build more later on, but everything's sort of functional. Everything's sort of nice. Got the truck. Got a bed. I don't like that wire, but whatever. Okay, let's drop everything off. I'll add a stash box right here. This blueprint doesn't have a stash box in it. This is sort of my camp. There it is. Okay. Now we'll move on to another workshop. I just had to build those things because clearly I didn't build anything last time. Sometimes I just cap and roll. Sometimes I don't. Oh boy. Almond Joy's got nuts. Mounds. Nope. Oh yeah. See, I don't mind rad rats at all. I like rad rats quite a bit. You know, rad rats are pretty awesome. They're not annoying. Just have to hurry up and find. Rad rats don't burrow. Okay, I have to drop off some garbage. Real quick. I have to break some stuff down. Real quick. Okay. We are still retaking. You're gonna keep on shooting me or what, pal? You want some? You want something? You want something, pal? Alright, cool. Now I'll go all the way down to Beckley mine to get some oil. Hey there, Cadster. Kadam. You subbed. Oh boy. Look at that beautiful mutant. Look at him. Ready for the other side. It's beautiful, really. Almost peaceful. I-ho.
I know where you sleep at night.
Give me that boom boom pow. I want that oil. I want the oil. I have all these workshops to retake. And these dailies to complete.
Is that some whiskey? Taste it.
There's a couple more mole rats. Let's go check the corners. They're always in those corners. Where are the rats? Oh boy. Okay, we're looking for these mole rats. Let's go loop up and around this way for a second. How many more do I have? 83, that's fine. Oh, mole rat, show yourself. So hard to find these enemies sometimes. Oh well, I'll have to come back. I'll have to come back. Mon frere. Let's get these anglers at the bog town and clear out the rest of the property. Oh, the property. I might build more. I might not. It's nice to have a game like that, you know? I believe there will be increased meaning behind workshop capture in the future. And I really think it's important to practice. But I think before you start to get too deep with the workshop conquest practicing, you really got to hammer out, but not too quickly, you know, the core storyline and the Wastelanders situation and the reputation. But the reputation is really wonderful to farm while you're doing workshop conquest, because to really thoroughly do your reputation farm, you have to keep fast traveling around and around and around the map. And workshop conquest gives you free fast travel around the map. Once you take over the workshops. So it'll get you where you need to go. It'll give you one more reason to get to that part of the map. Yeehaw. It's so wonderful. Okay, well, I have to get more ammo out of my stash and get more dirty water from down the hill and drop off what I could. I'll drop off all of this ammo. Boom. Okay. Not that much. Drop off these legendaries. A couple of them. And all these grenades. And let's break down what we could. We have a couple items to break down here. Boom. 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 There we go, a nice 30 pounds. Goodbye. Wonderful. And we have one more angler, but I'm sure he'll show his face in time. I was going to go up and around and clear these enemies nearby. Perhaps they're here, perhaps they're not. I think it's too early. Nope, they're here. Oh, they're here. Good thing I have that tactical HUD so I can see the enemies in the darkness. HR puffin' stuff. Nathan, I took an hour break, but I had an 8-hour stream, and now we're in the second part, and we're 3 hours into the second part. Normally I do like an 8-hour stream and then a second 4-hour stream, but sometimes that one goes a little bit longer or a tiny bit shorter, but I aim for 8 hours and 4 hours. Sometimes I don't do the second stream, but I try to always do the 8-hour stream. You know, sometimes I do two 8-hour streams back to back. But right now, but yeah, this is the same streaming day, you know, in terms of all the things I've done in the game and the consciousness, not sleeping yet and sitting here. I left for an hour, you know, the stream ended and came back, and now we're 3 hours in. So this is like the last 15 minutes or so of the stream, you might say. It's the last 15 minutes of the stream. I'm doing my tasks. I think it's a never-ending, you know, training day. You're always training with this taking over these workshops. I think it really matters. Figuring out what goes where. It's sort of like, you know, it's like a puzzle. Figuring out what sort of objects go, you know, per location. Dabney. Wonderful. I had a big old thing of ice I had melting over there. It finally got molten enough to drink. And I drank it. Okay, going around. Getting these resources. Okay. There's some enemies over here somewhere. There's some scorched. I did kill some players earlier today. That was pretty fun. And these players had the Chinese stealth armor and they're hiding from me forever. You know, they're just hiding at the workshop and not showing themselves. To retake these workshops. All right. Remember, if I retake these workshops, it triggers a defense event that other players can benefit from. So that's another thing that you're doing the workshops for. You're populating the map with a ton of events when normally there's like nothing there. Sometimes, like there's nothing to do, just because no one's doing the workshops. If everyone did workshops, you'd have a ton of events. Or if you're not one person had them all. There should be a handful of defense events. Alright. Go, go, go. Alright. Dolly Sods. That level 30? That was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. Nathan. I put him on mute at a certain point. I realized I shouldn't be talking to him if the game is 17 plus, you know? It's like trying to get him banned or something. My teammate build that? Look terrible. I really hate how certain players just build a bunch of garbage. Cadster, Kadam, do I think the game will be cross-platform? Well, eventually. How long? Oh, I don't know. I think it will be through the cloud. I think it's going to be available through the cloud and that your account will be transferable or something weird. You know, they might do something weird. Because I think if the game were cross-platform and performed a tiny bit better, then it'd be very, very, very popular. And if you could even imagine if the base game were somehow free, but that'd be a bad thing, because then the game itself would sort of change, you know? Would change a bit. Oh boy. Over encumbered. Once I destroy these enemies, I could unload. Okay. Go drop off my things. Sort by weight. $338. Okay, transfer all this garbage. Right now I still have a contractor on. I have to put batteries included back on. And action boy. Alright, so let's keep on retaking. It sets up for more defense events for other players, and we get some minor resources along the way. Yeah. Oh, baby. Are we looking? I'm gonna have to say oh well about finding these bad guys. Oh well. Okay, keep on going. What is it, more rats? I'm not doing that. Thunder Mountain. Okay. Let's go down to Tyler County. I think we're winding down, people. I'll try to knock out the rest of these dailies at the Scorch Beast situation. The Camden Park. Couple things. And I'll make sure that I've obtained as much capery as possible. That's what I'll do. I just wanted to retake these workshops if I could. But that last spot would give me problems.
What are you looking at?
Go check up and over. How long have I been doing YouTube for? You know. I've been streaming full time for a little bit before Fallout 76 came out. I was doing it off and on before that. But I was doing Fortnite Save the World, the PvE side before this game. You know? And a bunch of other stuff. Before I wasn't live streaming, I would just post a bunch of content. So I was just posting a bunch of content on the side, you know? And I always felt it would be a very weird and almost horrifying thing to do live stream nonsense. Because I would feel trapped, like I couldn't get up, you know, I couldn't walk around whenever I want to. And I would have to have my face seen at all times. And I have to sit there with my neck upright and talk for hours. But that's what's become. So there you go. Ain't that bad. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah. Yeah, and yeah, yeah, and yeah, okay. So I've dealt with a bunch of horrible people over time. Horrible, monstrous people. Trolls. Obsession. Why YouTube and not Twitch? I am person because I'm currently on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook right now. Oh, snap. I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. In fact, I'm mainly a Facebook streamer. You could say, in fact, most of my gameplay has been just on Facebook. It was only, I don't know, ever since, it's been a while now that I've been restreaming, but I'm restreaming to these other services when primarily this is like a Facebook thing. You know? I have a Facebook group, the Gooboberti Collective Facebook group, and that's where the subscriptions are. It's like a Patreon thing. If you want to support this, head on down to facebook.com/support, whatever the heck it is, / my name. And whatever. But it has like a built-in Patreon situation. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I have a lot of cool people here in Facebook. There's a nice, wonderful community of people. A wonderful community of people that have been around for, you know, over a year. Some of them since the very beginning. And it's awesome. You know, from all over the world. And they all speak English. From all over the world. From Australia, from New Zealand, from the Pacific Islander area, from Scotland, maybe from Ireland, from other places. Oh boy. That's why I stream at different times. But I try to stream for a nice big old solid chunk. But in my opinion, it doesn't really matter what time I stream, because if you don't catch it live, you can catch it afterwards. And someone's going to be awake. It's going to be somebody else. Sometimes it's the same person for a couple days in a row, but my schedule shifts. It's all about what time I wake up. So sometimes I wake up later and later in the day to the point where the first stream might start at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. Then all of a sudden, the first stream is starting at 11 p.m. And it's going overnight up until the morning, up until about lunch the next day. And that's kind of a good stream. If I stream from overnight until lunch the next day, that's everybody's good night and everyone's good morning. You know? There you go. You're in Australia. There you are. I am an American, if you couldn't tell. Ahoy hoy. Alright. Yeah. With a yeah. And a yeah twist. Yeah. And a... Oh. Okay. We're heading to Camden Park now, people. For the dailies. And once I do that, I'll be really done. Sort of. Not really. We have about 35 minutes left in the stream. It's enough time to knock out these dailies. Do like 1 or 2 more retakes. Collect the oil. And then knock out 1 or 2 farming areas like West Tech, the Burrows, DMV, White Spring, or the Fisher sites. Because my build is awesome against Scorch Beasts. If they don't fly like brain damaged people. Yeah. There we go. All 3 dailies.
Mode, attract. Procedure, say, greetings customer, come try my contest. ID, Dross. Win prize, Mr. Fuzzy Tokens. Error, exact personality not found. Personality module load failure. Default personality initialized. Booth ID, Dross. Is operation. Please begin action. Top, at target. Dross, container.
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Fuzzy Tokens.
I'm gonna put Pack Rat on for a second. Just for a moment. Don't mind me. Why don't I use stim packs? Because I have a build that doesn't use health. I have a Cadster because my build relies on having low strength. Sorry, low health. The lower my health, the more effective I am. Same thing with radiation. I'm just out of dirty water right now. I use dirty water, toxic goo, toxic water, different things to lower my life with radiation. It's just that right now, I don't have any radiation on me.
Mode, attract. Procedure, say, greetings customer.
There we go. Goodbye. Winner. I'll be getting some water in just a second. So I could eat this. 3, 2, 1, go. This is the daily. I'll collect some dirty water as I go on by. Oh, hey. Hey, buddy.
I got your hot dogs right here.
I'm ready.
Hot dogs. Hey, it's you again. Good to see you. You know what to do. Start when you're ready.
Paper towel, go.
Okay, honey. Ready, set, go.
And 2 for 1 special. Hope I didn't shoot the hot dogs. Oh boy. Just the two of us. Ooh. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I. Yeah. Ho, ho, ho. Just the two of us. Building sandcastles in your face. Just two of us. Yep. All of us. And we're done. So those dailies weren't difficult, were they? That's the bender. The floor is lava.
Hi there. Got a
Oh, hi there.
The Lucky Mucker is the game for you.
Let's get some dirty water. Maybe we could sip on some. There we go. Okay, well, that is, as they say, you know. Let's go over here and get the oil. We're almost done. We finished our little dailies. Sort of. Let's get some of this oil and, we'll see. Carol. Yep. Thank you for the oil. Okay. I think we're about good to go. I don't want to do those. I will do this. Quickly retake. Yeah. Quickly. Hey, it looks like I just leveled up to 784. Sorry, but I'm 984 now. That's good. That's sort of what I wanted to do. You know, just do enough to level up. We're done here. Okay. Rad. Alright. Okay. Everything's just fine. We ain't doing no shooting range nothing. So I think I'm just gonna quickly dive through the DMV for a little chunk of XP. Oh yeah. We're almost done now, people. It's the end of a nice long day. At our turmoil and our positive moments, we're training some player. Oh boy, we had our PvP. I killed a bunch of players. I got some decent clips. Whatever. It's cool. It was a back and forth battle. It was me versus these other two players, and they kept on taking over my workshops, and I kept retaking them. At one point, I teleported into my workshop there at the Charleston landfill, and I was right behind the player. Kind of funny. Right behind him. They were wearing Chinese stealth armor, and they were invisible quite a bit. Until they weren't. Until they weren't. Until they... Oh no. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good morning, Brad. I'm waking up the house. Yay. Yay. There you go. Take them down. Yep. Bunch of enemies. Let's go upstairs. We've done a bunch of workshopping throughout the day. Oh, these zombies are thick. Ghouls, I should say. So many. So many. Oh no! Great. Oh boy. A few more enemies around the corner. Oh, yes. All these footsteps. Time. Just so you knew. Sort of my nighttime. Okay, down to West Tech. I'll get some ammo in the bushes somewhere. Yep, we have about 20 minutes left in the stream. Enough time to hit up these farming areas. My show is tired. My show is tired. Yeah. Ah, man. Here we go. Oh, look, there it is. It's somebody else's tent. It's the default tent. Okay, get more ammo. And here we go. Oh boy. We're doing it. Up and through. I'm running out of ammo, to be honest. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. Let's see what happens, huh? We don't see the enemy. Well, I'm getting tired, people. Well, this place is cleared out. Alright, let's go through the burrows. This will be the last spot I stopped by. The last spot I stopped by. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you and goodbye. Yay. Wonderful. clearing it right on through. Let's get into that nerd rage zone. I don't see the enemies here. It was already cleared out. Okay. Hey there, Julie. Well, I was just about to leave, to be honest. You know what I mean? Just about to leave. But I'm glad that you're here so I could say goodbye to someone that matters. Oh. Ho-wee-oh-wee-oh-wee-oh. I leveled up the last second. Earlier, I was able to get my left arm set, so now I have my arms and legs are T65. I accidentally destroyed my other chest, the one I made yesterday, the prototype Red Rocket one with the emergency protocols on it. Oh well. But doing nice and solid and true and awesome things. Did some PvP last session. Was good. Level 87, level 90 something. Whatever. They're on a team. I got them both. They're all invisible. Well, I might as well leave now, huh? So, I guess we're done. Yep, guess we're done. So, goodbye, everybody. Vortex, catch you all on the flippity skippity pee pie poo. Tell me what you knew. Yep. Let's check out the Atomic Shop one more time before leaving. I'll head to the main menu. Because we're done now. Next session, I'll make some ammo. That's where I'll go down the Lucky Hole Mine. Make some ammo and move from there. Okay, we have the scrap kit times 40. Oh boy. Free States paint. It looks nice. American Eagle. Revolver. Paint. High-tech wallpaper. Witch hat icon. Down home bundle. Black shovel backpack. Cooking stove is still there for 13 more days. Big game hunter. Camo Secret Service set. Awesome. Under Armour and the armor itself. We have these firing range posters, Secret Service backpack, clandestine service paint, which I recommend. Gauss pistol. Fallout First didn't get anything new, but you know, oh well. We'll catch you later, Sandra. And Julie, and all you people out there on YouTube, and all you people over there on Twitch. Maybe you'll learn to grow up. Alright. Goodbye. Alright, goodbye. Goodbye.